Shalom Akim, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostle of Great Millstone, salutation to you Akim doing the work in truth and sincerity. This video is going to be entitled Jewish or Jewishness is a hijack, because in truth, Jewish does not have anything to do with the ancient descendants of the Israelites. And in this video, I'm going to prove it, because that's what we do. And over the years, basically been doing videos like this every now and then, and now, the spirit hit me to do another one. Just like the brother is always saying from GMS Maccabean Spirit, Jewish is a hijack. They use that term to try to equate themselves into the Bible as the original Israelites, when it has nothing to do. The Jewish people have nothing to do with the original Israelites. And I'm going to play a couple minutes of this video. This is Harry Rosenberg. He used to be on YouTube a lot, trying to tell the Jewish people that basically y'all converts and what the Israelites over here are saying, the Hebrew Israelites on the street preaching, there may be something to it. It's not no maybe. It's actually, yeah, we're the real Israelites and we know it. The so-called Negro, Indian, Latinos. And moreover, the so-called Negroes are the tribe of Judah. So without wasting any more time, we're going to get into it. By the way, fair use, fair use.
Africa has perhaps hundreds of millions of people with this identity right now, of being from the people of Israel. Does that mean they were from the 10 tribes? Likely not. We were taught by the historians and within our own traditions that when the Romans conquered Judea, a few hundred years after that the tribes of Israel went into exile, perhaps millions of Judeans were sold into slavery. Into Africa, into Rome, deep into Africa. And if you look now, you're seeing people who are most likely the descendants of those slaves who kept true. I like to bring up a few specific examples, because they're going to be game changers. One of them wrote letters to Israel when it became a state. And they said, we're Israelites out in Africa. Everyone laughed at them and they said, African Israelites? These people are just trying to jump on the first world country bandwagon. They're living in a third world country. They got nothing. We're coming to Israel. We got innovation, technology. So they're trying to get on this train because there's such a thing called the right of return. All descendants of the Jewish people from around the world were able to move to Israel. So they said we are also.
And what's funny about this is they were not even descendants of the Israelites. The quote unquote Africans, or so-called Africans that contacted them, were the real Israelites, or were descendants of the actual Israelites. Let's keep going.
And everyone kind of laughed at them, like I said, and a few people took it serious and went out there and started studying them, learned about their culture, and a professor from Duke University went out there and did DNA testing on them. And he showed not only do they share Semitic genes from people who were in Yemen back to the Middle East, these gentlemen, a large percent of them, have the Y chromosome to be Kohanim, to be priests. Now, if anyone who doesn't know, a priest is a specific family clan of the nation of Israel who come from Aaron, the brother of Moses, who was the first priest. And anyone descended from Aaron has the status title priest. And we found that these men in this village in South Africa called Lemba, L-E-M-B-A, carry this genetic marker to let us know that they share the same as from the Sephardic and the Ashkenaz and the population of the people in Israel today. They share the same exact DNA marker. It's mind-blowing. So everyone kind of got humbled a little bit, who laughed at them and said, now what? Now what do we do about this? This could have tremendous implications. Another area in Africa you have something big happening is in Nigeria. You have the Igbo people, or Igbo, pronounced either way. There's 40 million of them, also Christians, like I spoke about before, how that could happen for the children of Israel very easily. but also a lot of them are now coming out and converting back or adopting the rules of the Torah without all the paganism that they've been practicing for hundreds of years. There's been books written about it from scholars in Nigeria, from scholars from the Jewish people. And where it gets interesting is, in America, there was a slave trade. And a lot of the slaves, a very high percentage of them, came from Western Nigerian ports. And in America today, you see a very large movement of African Americans who say that they're the real chosen people, that they're the children of Israel, they're the Judeans. You know, so what are they just trying to create an identity for themselves because they were slaves, or is there really something here? And the answer is, most likely there is something there. And most likely, maybe that they were the original Israelites, and maybe that the Jewish people today who are white, Caucasian people came in a little bit later on. We know that some of the greatest sages of the transmission of the Torah were converts from Rome.
And this is where you hear them all walking out, because the Edomites over there, or Ashkenazi Jewish people, they're mainly converts.
You have a man named Onkelos who wrote a commentary on the Torah, unprecedented, that we still learn today. He was a convert. Some of the largest pillars on the transmission today were Roman converts. So here we are, we're Caucasian Jewish people, and now you have people in Africa saying that they're the real people of Israel. It can't be ruled out at all. We know they were sold into slavery. We know now that they're fulfilling prophecies by saying, we're coming back, we want to rejoin the nation.
Because I know people are waiting.
So there you have it, with even the Jewish people know that they are not the original or descendants of the real Israelites, you know, and he just admitted it. That's all it was. And you know, Esau is adverse to the truth. They actually hate hearing the truth, you know. So I typed in, when was the term Jewish first used, and this is what AI came up with. This is it says the term Jew in English appears to have been used in the Middle East around in the Middle English period around 150 to 1500 BC is what it's talking about, or AD, Salakia is what it's talking about. The Oxford Dictionary, the Oxford English Dictionary, records the earliest evidence of Jew from before 1225 in the Middle English manuscript. The term is borrowing from French, with the French word being Jew or Jew. So, of course, let's go to the Oxford English Dictionary, which I did. This is the page on the Oxford English Dictionary. Jewish, because this is what I wanted right here, Jewish. And this is the definition: of, relating to, belonging to, or characteristic of Jews or Judaism. And that's important because Judaism is a religion that the modern day Jews study. So when they saying Jews, they actually saying, you know, of the characteristics of Jews or Judaism, because it really has nothing to do with the tribe of Judah. It's actually Judaism, designating a person who is a Jew. It's not talking about the tribe of Judah. These people are actually something that's different from the tribe of Judah of the kingdom of Israel. So when you're saying Jewish, you're basically saying a person that studies or practices Judaism, which is a religion. And the Heavenly Father said that we told us not to mention the names of other gods. We don't worship religions. We are a nation of people that worship the God of Israel. So here, you know, I got Jewishness, you know, etymology online, the study of root words, put in Jewish here. 1540s, where it came up with these things in Jewishness. 1540s, Judaism. There we go again, Judaism, as opposed to Christianity. From Jewish plus ness. 1822 as Jewish quality or character. It goes back to the study of Judaism. We don't study Judaism. So there you go, Jewishness again. Basically proving that it is really a hijack. And when you type in the word, because here, Jewish, Semitism, Israel, it goes to Israel, the Jewish people. No, it's not the Jewish people. The Hebrew nation is not even the Hebrew nation, even though Israel is a Hebrew Israelite. From Latin, Israel, from Greek, the Hebrew Yisrael, which is actually not even Yisrael. He that striveth with God, that's a lie too. It's actually Yashar Allah, he a prince with God. If you know the original Hebrew, it's Yashar Allah, he a prince with God, not he striveth with God. Symbolic, and this is the truth here, symbolic proper name conferred on Jacob and extended to his descendants. That's who Israel is. The symbolic or spiritual proper name of Jacob and extended to his descendants. So Jacob was named by the angel that he wrestled with, which we believe is Yahushai, and Yahushai gave him that name, or that angel gave him the name Israel, for he is a prince with God. And that extended to his descendants, the Israelites. And of course, the 12 tribes of Israel are the sons of Jacob, which his name was changed to Israel. And then, of course, this is all bullshit here, where it says El God as the name of an independent Jewish state. That's bullshit. In the Middle East, it is attested from 1948. All of this is bullshit. Which is a good thing they put this bullshit here, because then they said Israeli, Israelite. Israelite is one thing. Let's look at Israelite first. Israelite, a Jew, one of the people of ancient Israel, a descendant of Israel or Jacob. So right here, this is where these devils be putting they bullshit. A Jew is one of the tribes of the ancient Israelites. In other words, it didn't need to be there. One of the people of ancient Israel, a descendant of Israel or Jacob. That's really what needed to be there. A descendant of Israel or Jacob. From Latin, Israelita, from Greek, Israelites, Israel. See Israel. So basically, this is a descendant of Israel or Jacob. They didn't have to put a Jew. Why did they put a Jew? Because they're trying to hijack it. They're trying to hijack the nation of Israel. But when you look at Israeli, that's why I said it was a good thing they put Israelite and Israeli there, because you can get the definition of what an Israelite is and an Israeli. Israeli, citizen of the state of Israel, 1948. That's what an Israeli is. Hebrew national designation, suffix E. Also English as an adjective, 1948. The important part is this. It distinguishes the citizens of the modern state from the ancient people who had been known in English since the 14th century as the Israelites. It distinguishes from the modern state Jewish people from the ancient people that was known as the Israelites. So if you're Israeli, you're basically saying that you're not an Israelite. You're basically saying that you're a convert without saying you're a convert. However, they always try to equate Jewish with Israelites, but they're not. They're just Israelis, which are not Israelites. They use the same sounding word, but is actually a whole different word. Israeli is a whole different word from Israel or Israelites. But then they'll try to equate it with Israel or Israelites. which is basically a lie, the same lie that they use when they say Jewish. Here I typed in difference between Judah and Jewish, because Judah is one of the sons of Israel. If Judah is one of the sons of Israel, of course he belongs to one of the tribes. And you need to know the difference between Judah and Jewish. So this is the AI overview. The term Judah refers to a historical kingdom in the southern Levant, primarily inhabited by the tribe of Judah, because there are 12 tribes to Israel. The term Jewish or Jew refers to the people who share a common cultural, religious, and ethnic heritage and is derived from the name Judah. While the kingdom of Judah played a significant role in history of the Jewish people, this is that lie, this is that hijack again, because they're not Jewish people. This is the kingdom of Judah we're talking about. They're not Jewish people. Played a significant history of the quote-unquote Jewish people. It's not a one-to-one equivalent. Okay, if it's not a one-to-one equivalent, why you say Jewish people in the first place? Because Jewish people are not part of the kingdom of Judah that played that significant role in history. So why mention Jewish people knowing it's not a one-to-one equivalent? That's the hijack. As Jewish encompasses a broader range of identity and connection. So, even down here, relationship, it actually goes into what that broader range of identity and connection is. Relationship. The kingdom of Judah played a crucial role shaping Jewish identity and history, which it didn't, because the tribe of Judah had nothing to do with Jewish identity. Because the Jewish people, they worship a religion called Judaism. The tribe of Judah is considered a major lineage of the Jewish people. That's also a lie. This is another hijack. And the name Judah is the origin of the term Jewish. No, it's not. They just basically hijacked the name Judah, and put ish on the back, on the end of it. However, and this is the important part here, however, the term Jewish is not limited to the descendants of the tribe of Judah or the historical kingdom, but includes individuals who identify with the Jewish culture and religious heritage. In other words, they have no relation to the tribe of Judah or the historical kingdom, but includes individuals who identify with Jewish culture. Jewish culture, the people that worship the religion of Judaism, not the descendants of the children of Israel, just like it says in this definition of Israeli. It distinguishes the citizens of the modern state from the ancient people who had been known in the English 14th century as Israelites. They tell you that they are not the Israelites. They tell you right in your face that they are not the Israelites. So when these Jewish rabbis get online talking about, when they say something about an Israelite, they say Jewish people. No, it's not talking about Jewish people. It's talking about the Israelites, just like the scriptures say, the ancient Israelites, the ones that had a impact on history. It's not talking about these people. It's a hijack. It's a lie. I mean, if you're just being real, it's just a straight up lie. Esau, the Jewish people, are straight up liars. And it is really nothing else to be said about it. That's why when you look up Jewish, matter of fact, let's look up Jewish and see the images. We're going to what? Jewish refers to Jewish people and their associated religion, Judaism. Wow. It's right there. refers to Jewish people and their associated religion, Judaism. The Israelites, the ancient Israelites, did not practice Judaism. You ain't going to find Judaism in the Bible because the ancient Israelites didn't practice the religion Judaism. Nor did they look like the modern people calling themselves Jewish or Israelis. Nor are these people the descendants of the original Israelites that's calling themselves Ashkenazi Jews. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that we're scattered, but for the most part, the Ashkenazi Jews, they're not the Israelites. And they are the majority of modern day Judaism or modern day Israelis. And when you type in images, of course, these are the people that comes up. It's actually a spiritual thing that these Edomites come up when you type in Jewish. They're not the descendants of the ancient Israelites. So let's type in Israelites then and look up their images. That's a spiritual thing. That is a spiritual thing. So the real Israelites, it actually comes up. And what do you see? So-called Negroes. And really it's so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. But that is why it's a spiritual thing. You type in Israelites, you get one image. You type in Jewish, you get a totally different image. That's why we say it's a hijack. And anytime these rabbis or Jewish people come up, no, they're not the children of Israel. It's just a blatant lie. It's blasphemy. It's a straight up lie. Because the real children of Israel are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and natives. And you look at the scriptures, of course the scriptures agree. Revelations 2:9, I know thy works, and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan, the chief house of the adversary. That's what these Jewish people are. They're the chief house of the adversary. The chief house, the synagogue of Satan. And that's why Jewish President Trump sides with the Jewish Prime Minister not a Jew. And yes, I do like that term. Because he's not from the tribe of Judah, and he's not an Israelite. This is Psalms 83. A matter of fact, before I get that, let's view the next chapter, chapter 3, Revelations 3:9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, the Jewish people, call themselves Israelis. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. So the Heavenly Father loved the Israelites, not the Jewish people. You people calling yourselves Jewish, hey, you have nothing to do with the Heavenly Father. And that's why it's such a big deal to them when we call ourselves the Israelites. Because what do? We call ourselves the Israelites from our respective tribes. This is Psalms 83:4, going right to the point. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name Israel may no more be in remembrance. That's why they call themselves Jewish and Israeli, mainly Jewish. Why? So the name of Israel may no more be in remembrance. So it's a problem for them that we call ourselves the Israelites, the descendants of Israel, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel. So they have a problem with that. And we can prove our lineage. That's why I first showed what this rabbi, one of their own, said. Basically letting you know that they know that we're the Israelites. Because who cares what a rabbi says, because we know that they're liars. However, there are several of them that will come out with the truth. For the most part, they're just liars. And when they hear the truth, what do? They walk out. As if it's a problem. Which it is a problem to them to know that we're the real Israelites. The real descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. What spiritually called Israel. Spiritually renamed Israel. And we are those descendants, the Israelites. And I only got one more scripture because I want to read this, Ezra 4, starting at 1, because of what it says. Let's see what it says here. What did it say? Matter of fact, was it here? Jewish first used? No. It was said in this one, I believe. Let's see. Oh, no. It was said here. What does it say here? The kingdom of Judah played a crucial role in shaping Jewish identity and history. The tribe of Judah is considered a major lineage of the Jewish people. That's the lie. And the name Judah is the origin of Jewish. That's a lie. However, the term Jewish is not limited to descendants of the tribe of Judah or the historical kingdom, but includes individuals who identify with the Jewish culture and religious heritage. This right here. They are not descendants of the tribe of Judah, but includes individuals who identify with the Jewish culture and religious heritage. This is Ezra 4 and 1. Now, when the adversaries of Judah and Benjamin heard that the children of the captivity built the temple to Yahweh, power of Israel, then they came to Zerubbabel and the chief of the fathers and said unto them, Let us build with you, for we seek your God as ye do, and we do sacrifice unto him since the days of Esarhaddon, king of Assur, which brought us up hither. But Zerubbabel and Jeshua and the rest of the chiefs of the fathers of Israel said unto them, Ye have nothing to do with us to build an house unto our God, but we ourselves together will build a house to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, power of Israel, as Cyrus the king of Persia hath commanded us. So that basically defeats this. Includes individuals who identify with Jewish culture and religion, because the scriptures say, hey, our forefathers said, oh hell no, you don't got nothing to do with us to build a temple to our God. You don't have nothing to do with us. And what was their response after that? Then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in the building and hired counselors against them to frustrate their purpose all the days of Cyrus king of Persia, even until the reign of Darius king of Persia. So they basically troubled us. The same thing they're doing now, trying to demonize the Israelites, the real descendants of the Israelites. So these people are trying to demonize the real descendants of Israel by saying all manner of evil against us. Just like they did back in biblical times. Because they have nothing to do with us. I don't care what you identify as. If you're not an Israelite, you're not an Israelite. If you're not from the tribes, you're not an Israelite, man. Something that they hate to know. But yeah, That's why this video is entitled what it is. Jewish is a hijack. They basically trying to hijack the Israelites' name. And they keep pushing. When they read the Bible, they'll say Jewish. No, it ain't Jewish people. The Israelites had that significant role in history. The tribe of Judah or the kingdom of Judah had that significant role in history. You Jewish people didn't, because you weren't there. You're not the descendants of the people that made that mark in history, and we are. So it is a hijack. And that's something that you should know whenever they say Jewish or Israeli. They're trying to put themselves in that history book when they weren't there. And there's a lot of people out there that will mention the book of the Bible and then equate them to it. No, they don't belong there. They're not. The Israelites are not Jewish people. And I'm going to end it there. You know, the point has been made. Till next time, all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to you, I can do in the work and truth and sincerity. Till the next time, Shalom.